So now we get to do the US mission air-based heist. So both these missions are like airborne based, because that was Russian VDV and this will be US airborne. Let's play this one, and then I'm probably going to call it a day quite early, like I said at this time. So I can go to the post office. Alright, special tactics teams have located the anti-air missiles around the airfield. F-200 missiles and anti-aircraft guns can intercept missiles when their radar is active. They need to make this have more time to read this. Low altitude seed planes. Yep. It's too fast, I can barely read it. Go medium again. So we've got special tactics teams. Once upon a time, this was my first chance to even see the special tactics teams existing. Special tactics teams. Watching all this stuff, which is funny because, like, seed is actually the last thing we need right now because we can see the launchers. Well, I know, like, it's a mission setup, but it's kind of funny that you're like teaching the players a weird thing here where it's like, okay, use your recon to locate them and then use seed to kill them. It's like, no, if you can see them, just bomb them. Like, you actually don't need the recon in this situation then. You just need to seed them. But unless you see the impacts of what you're doing, so it makes sense. So we have 8 F-16 CJs, which are the seed variant. They have 4 HARMs each, and we'll just kind of like pool them up and get to work, right? I'll probably send like 4 at a time, and we'll just blat these things on their own. I imagine we'll need to wait for kind of wait for respawns.
Inbound. Turning to new heading. New heading set.
Alright, let's go online.
Plan updated. CAS mission confirmed. On the hunt for radars. New course set. Looking for enemy air defense. Flying to coordinates. Proceeding as flag.
Good stuff.
Roger, flying there. Changing course. Jammer plane standing by. New bearing set.
You can go home because I think you're actually all out.
Seed plane looking for radar. Viper ready.
I think I'm doing this
Viper
wrong.
standing by. Fighting Falcon ready. Fighting Falcon here.
Alright, that's all the seeds gone. Shooting these things down too. We didn't get them because I gotta spam it more.
New course set. Flying to coordinates. Turning to new heading. Inbound. Changing course.
People are shooting the C2C. Yeah, I'm shooting it poorly. We need to commit. I got scared before because I was like, they're shooting me, but actually they're shooting the missiles. So it's fine. We right-click on them to overcome the overkill, so we just spam the missiles to get through. Oh, they're like out of ammo, I think. That makes it easier. Wait, what are you doing? Get down!
Proceeding as frag.
Oh, we're out of missiles. Okay, we did it anyway.
Radar
Nice.
hunter here.
You guys can go home.
Radar jammer activated.
That's right, Egan. That is big brain. Using seed gives you plausible deniability for your recon. That's pretty big brain, Egan, I gotta admit. That is pretty big brained. They'll never suspect you can actually see them. That is smart! I hate that you're right. Okay. So we have to airdrop troops to secure the runway here. The Shilkas are still there. There's an Mi-35 patrolling around. Okay. So we have 3 buildings, a hangar with 20 spots. 40 big buildings. This has loss over everything. Nice, so that's where you want your ATGMs. Do I have ATGMs? I have weapons squad. Foul weapons squad I'm gonna be forced to use. No toes. Sad. But okay. And then this can be like, I don't know. You got stingers, you got STT. So you could do like an STT here. Oh, we got little recon drones, cute. It's amazing.
Check.
Crazy idea. What if we recon the area before we went in?
5 by 5. Roger that.
We have Hawkeye mortars, Avenger Shorad. Ooh, this is slow. Yeah, they're like little RC planes. They're tiny. LMTVs, and you have Sheridans. Sheridan Gaming. Tow Humvees, ISVs. And you have Recon Humvees and Labs. Oh, we got some Labs in here. Okay, sure. Su-24 M2 landed. Okay. How many Sheridans can I drop in? Okay, I can drop in that. Can I drop in anything else? I can drop a Tow Humvee. Fuck airborne infantry, bring in the mortars. Bring in the Sheridans.
Hercules standing by.
Did some of these get shut down? No, they're all there. Okay, cool.
Roger.
These things are cute. Hey, I like them. Looks like we're pretty clear over here. We can see enemies over here.
Air defense at your disposal, sir. Moving as ordered. Proceeding to the next base of fire. Engaging targets with direct fire. Artillery moving out. Humvee standing by. Artillery
Oh,
relocating.
hello.
Direct fire engagement. Mobile artillery ready. Send mission. Direct fire on my mark. Departing. Target marked. Direct
How about we bomb all of that?
No party without Artie. Logistics ready. Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. Firing maneuver.
I'm in CATGMs. Let's Sheridan up.
Let's crush 'em.
Yeah.
Artillery at your command, sir.
You guys can just bomb these guys.
Direct fire on my mark. Target marked. Direct fire. Cargo truck ready.
Supplies, please.
We got us a convoy.
Gonzalo says Vulcan has a video doing this mission and Neutral's approaches are fascinatingly different. That's because I've played this before, and I know that if you just drop infantry in, it gets messy quickly. And really, when you look at it, it makes sense, because why drop in a bunch of infantry here into like a really isolated bunch of buildings
Armored cab clinching the enemy.
that you have no fallback points from or go in the woods? Just bring in vehicles. Vehicles are better than infantry in lots of cases of Broken Arrow. It's an important thing to remember. Vehicles are superior in a lot of cases. If I run into ATGMs, the vehicles are going to be worse. But until I run into ATGMs or anything else that exploits them, just go for the vehicles. It's better. They're tougher. They're quicker. They're more resilient. They can go back to resupply quicker. Just spread them out a bit.
Armored cab here.
But finally, the Sheridan gets its day.
Logi here said.
Finally, people will respect the Sheridan. What I need here is recon, actually. Recon reports. I need a couple of these.
Cavalry here. We're
Does the US military still have Sheridans? I don't think so. This is something you can do in multiplayer, too. You can straight up, like, just drop, like, Bookers and M8s and everything. Maybe not Bookers, but you can drop M8s all over the place. Just imagine the Sheridans are M8s, and this is even more legit.
cab is on the field. Armored cab ready to
Big
roll.
legitimate.
Mobile artillery standing by. Mobile artillery reporting in. Fire director reporting in. Roger. Moving out.
I'm still really hoping that they like, make this bigger. I hate that they still haven't done this. They need to make this spacing thing have a higher max. Because it's a joke that the default unit movement formation orders are still like, that's one bomb. That's like one artillery. It's stupid. You need to be able to go like Total War. You need to be able to go like this with just like one move. Why make me do this for 8, 10 clicks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why? Just let me do this. It's silly. It's such a noob trap too, because when you're a new player, you're not going to do this, like spreading out shit. And it's such a noob trap because you're just going to get obliterated in these annoying big blobs. And even if you're not a noob, it's just like a waste of time. It's one of the few things I don't like about BA, is they really need to do better on that front. In my opinion, they can and should be doing much better. Let's send some of these back so we have fuel. You guys need to resupply. We'll leave you guys for the minute. Micro is the classic RTS play limitation. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be though, you know? Like, there's no reason. It's just silly. It's not fun, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a believer in RTS games. Let player skill be differentiated based on your ideas, your knowledge, your strategy, your tactics, and yes, to an extent, how well you can click, but not on chores. Like, reacting to units quickly, moving them rapidly, conveying your orders quickly, that's cool. But not on fucking straight up chores that should just be part of the game, you know? Like, I don't care if you can do this better than I can do it. I just care that, like, we both know we need to spread out. Yeah, it's babysitting, as Krakow says. It's just... it's silly to have pointless babysitting. I'm always a fan of automation in these games for that reason. Don't make me babysit. No one enjoys that. Or I don't enjoy that, I should say. I don't enjoy it. I shouldn't say no one enjoys it. Bring me more of these, and bring me some airborne, and these can take 14. So you bring me 2 units of airborne, and... oh, I guess you can bring weapon squads instead, actually. Bring weapon squads for the middle, and STTs. Or 1 STT, I guess. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Just, like, do that, and then... I guess like this. Yeah, I like micro, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a big fan of Dawn of War 2. I like a certain amount of micro. I like micro where it's interesting. I don't like micro where it's, like, babysitting all your dumb as fuck stupid units. Yeah, like Tiberius's SC1 micro is about forcing units to go in a straight line when the pathing was so bad they wouldn't do it by themselves. Exactly. That, I think, is dumb. I'm not a fan of that. I hate babysitting shit. You'll be able to fit in that. Oh, this Sheridan's moved the hell up. I didn't even realize how far it had moved up. Trying to get Command and Conquer units over a narrow bridge. Yeah. Okay, airborne, go up here. Let's go inside. I think there might have been units in there, right? Or maybe the Sheridan got them. Just give it a little bit of shelling, or just be prepared to give it some shelling. If one of your Sheridans only has 4 rounds left. Oh, we should have a little, resupply. A little resupply party. You guys are going home. Alright, and we count that. You have to worry about this other stuff.
Logistics ready. Artillery ready to fire, sir.
Any planes are trying to take off? Oh. I think that's gonna go well for them.
Armored cav ready to roll.
No-fly zone for the enemy. Yes, I think so.
Get your asses in that building.
Even with the building rubbled, it says it can still see over the top. We'll see if that's true. Oh, God! Oh, no! The Thunder Run! Yeah, I think if you're talking about as like an Olympic sports spectacle, that's one thing. But I think for a game that's fun to play, I think in RTS it's more fun to play is more about, like, brain than 800 APM. StarCraft 2 is a different kind of RTS. I'm not saying StarCraft 2, I'm not saying every RTS needs to be the same. I'm saying in an RTS like this, I think Broken Arrow's strengths are the brain part. I don't think Broken Arrow is fun because you have to click a lot. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't make good RTSs that are about clicking a lot. I'm saying I don't think Broken Arrow should be one of them, honestly.
Unasked, everybody. In line, everybody out. Armored cab, ready to
I
run.
think Broken Arrow is just not fun in that played in that way.
Cavalry arrives in the nick of time. Mobile artillery standing by.
Okay, what are we doing? Secure the runway. We have. It's like the Ace Combat missions where enemies try to take off, you just slam missiles into them. Yeah! Okay, we got some stuff coming from over here.
Cavalry here. Mobile artillery reporting in. Direct fire engagement. Artillery.
Where are my Sheridans? Oh, I have to go up here. Okay, cool. We can do that next.
Duty position.
Resupply. Let's go over here.
As ordered.
I want to get moving to all this shit again.
That's your command. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Infantry here. We're in.
Oh, it's like a ZU truck. Nasty. Go away. Oh, artillery!
Air rescue men engaged in combat.
I hate artillery time when it's against me.
No party without Artie. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way.
That artillery is hurting.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
I hate how this mission is all airborne, you don't even get helicopters because it makes it so clunky. That's kind of what I'm talking about with this mission, what I've been talking about, is this mission is really clunky to play, and it's one of my least favorites that I've played. Because you can't just, like, press B to send things back to base. Oh, hello. Fucking Ural's taking shit behind me. Whoops.
On the field. Someone asked for a ride? Already there.
It's a very fiddly-twiddly mission to play, and I'm not a big fan of it, honestly.
Available, sir.
Our drone is damaged. Multiple malfunctions.
Shit comes from all around, but I don't have, like, the shit I'd want in this deck, like helicopter support, hookers. It's a very fiddly-twiddly mission that I'm not a fan of.
Cavalry is taking fire. Armored cab.
I generally find every time I play this mission, it just becomes like this big fucking mess like this, and I don't enjoy playing it at all. Ah!
Close raid.
Oh, they're gonna wreck me.
Cavalry here. We're under fire. Cavalry engaged in combat.
Sheridans, what is the range of your guns? Oh no. They're all gonna die.
Weapons here in the combat. Awaiting command.
In fact, I'll go so far as to admit that the first time I played this was like months ago, it was like last year. And the first time I played this mission, I actually just stopped playing it. Then I tried again later, and I stopped again because I just kept
Roger.
getting to like basically this point where it's like, okay, everything's fucked up and it's a huge like conga line dominoes chain of events to get reinforcements in. And multiple times in this mission, I just stopped and I was just like, fuck this, I just quit the game. I just was not having fun. I'm kind of not having fun here again because like, what do I do here? I guess I gotta get like shit over here. But there's like ZUs everywhere. I guess bring in A-10s
Roger. Flying there.
and F-35s.
Flight plan updated.
Probably auto kind of labs are your friend. Yeah, I can bring in some labs, but they have like BWDM Conquers which kill my my shit. Bring in the shadows again.
Let's gun something down.
Vanders are all dead. I have more security could help. That's the other thing about the single player missions is that when you play an MP match, you know where the enemy's coming from, whereas in this one it's just like, okay, ZUs have spawned behind you, so you just gotta kind of deal with it. And I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, I'm just saying this is my least favorite mission in Broken Arrow I've played so far. Because it's very much just everything like, is very fiddly and messy. Everything gets fucked really quick.
Look out! Move! Heavy weapons team engaged.
And I personally don't enjoy it.
Warthog combat.
Because, like, well, I want to bring in units right now, but I gotta bring it all in by C-130. I guess bring in a bunch of labs, you only bring in, like, one at a time. Bring, like, labs with, I don't know, STTs? I don't want to play it now, to be honest. I kind of want to just not play this mission. Even on the stream, I'm just gonna be like, I don't care. This mission makes me not like Broken Arrow. I actually hate this mission. I have played it again and beaten it, but even then, it was just kind of like this grind. I don't like it. I hate this mission.
Cargo
Like, even the objectives you have to hold have, like, no cover around them, so it's, like, hard to set up, like, supply and shit.
Can we avoid flying belly packing?
You get to play with the A-10s at least, though. That is fun.
Coordinates.
The only objective I have to do is to take this, but... Oh, fuck. Holy shit! You can swear in Broken Arrow. Who knew?
Warthog copies. Infantry good to go.
I don't know, like, I guess at this point you want to get, like, a bunch of infantry in the woods. Instead. I guess, like, fuck vehicles now and instead go for, like... I mean, you need the supply trucks, because without the supply trucks, you're gonna be fucked.
Send traffic.
I guess just, like, drop a bunch of airborne and then just go, like, dumb brain straight up the fucking woods of all these airborne. Just, like, just drop, like, a billion airborne.
Heavy weapons team under fire.
Dusky says, first thing I'm gonna do when this game comes out is beat this mission just so I can say I'm better than Beagle. You can definitely be better than me, but also I have beaten this before.
Airmen under fire. Awaiting
I just didn't like any time I played it. Tiberius says, in general, how do you feel about SP campaign in the game? BH seems to be all about multiple players covering each other with different strengths, or is the tactics good enough by itself? So, I'll be real. I don't like the single player in Broken Arrow anywhere near as much as the multiplayer, which is actually why I was surprised that I like that Russian mission we just played. I think that this mission emphasizes what I dislike about Broken Arrow single player the most. But basically, to try and summarize it again, I think that when you play multiplayer Broken Arrow, everything makes sense. The game feels like it's built for multiplayer. Like, the economy makes sense, the cost effectiveness of your units makes sense, the maps make sense, the control points make sense, you have a front line and a reinforcement line that makes sense, everything makes sense. When you play the single player matches, the missions, what I've found is that they're most enjoyable when you are not under pressure. For me, I find that when I'm under pressure in single player missions in Broken Arrow, the ones they've given us so far, it's a lot less fun than when you're under pressure in multiplayer matches, because in multiplayer, there's a logic to the pressure. The enemy can only put so much pressure on you, and they have the same capabilities that you do. In these missions, I find that instead you get shit like this, which is like, okay, again, ZUs are spawning from the sides, I didn't know that was going to happen, it's happening now. And you end up in this situation where, like, you're kind of getting fucked from surprising angles, and your units end up like this. You end up where it's like, okay, I had a bunch of shit, a lot of it's dead now. These guys are kind of brittle. They need supplies that aren't nearby. I'm playing without a custom deck, so I can't even choose my options, and I only have 2 Logi trucks, which need to be, 4 Logi trucks need to be airdropped, and there's no cover to place them. I have to take this point. I can't go, I'll go to a different point instead, like a multiplayer, because this is the objective. And in general, you're just working with kind of like options you didn't pick. Like, if you can make your own decks, it's different, but you're working with options you didn't pick against this kind of like random spawning of enemies, and it doesn't feel like you're really earning anything by cost-effectively trading with enemy units, because they're just on spawners. So you're just kind of going like, okay, here come more trucks, and I have to not die to them, and it's just kind of like fighting a zombie horde. And I think that's very bad for Broken Arrow, because this game is at its least fun when you're band-aiding your fucked up army. And you can avoid that happening as much in multiplayer matches, but you'll always get into this state with the single-player missions, I find, as soon as you're under pressure. Even the Baltisk Marine mission, it's very fun up until the end. Because up until the end, you're on attack, and then when you get to the end, it's just like, okay, here comes like 15 T-72s and like a whole bunch of APCs of infantry. Deal with it. And all your shit ends up dying like really quickly, and you're trying to just kind of like, you're just like throwing reinforcements in, throwing supplies in, everything's blowing up, and it's very hard to manage. And I think, I'm not saying you can't beat it, I'm not saying it isn't a skill issue, I'm not saying all these things, but I'm saying that I think Broken Arrow works the worst with that kind of gameplay. Because I don't think the UI and the way you give commands is very well set up for that kind of gameplay. I don't think it's fun to be like, oh, how the fuck do I do this? Oh, where is my sea of blue units? There's my supply truck. Oh, it's fucked up. I gotta send it back and resupply it. I gotta babysit it and come back later. I also think it's Abraham Thompson's general says this, like, yes, but no, I've played other single-player missions, and I believe this holds, like I said at the Baltisk part. As soon as you, like, get in a fucked-up army state like this, especially because in the single-player missions, it's often like, oh, if you lose this zone, you lose. Like, if you lose this zone and don't take it back in 30 seconds, you lose the mission. Compared to multiplayer, in multiplayer, when all your shit gets wiped or fucked up, you just go, okay, you take a breath, you take about 5 or 10 minutes to get your units organized again, and you go on another push. And Yeah, exactly. As Resmond says, someone playing single player first before jumping into multiplayer could very well be turned off thinking the MP might play the same way. I agree. I'm trying to sum it up, but basically what I'm trying to say is it's not just airborne ops, it's just that this game is the least fun when you are put under a bunch of unfair pressure you didn't see coming. Unfair is a loaded word, but a bunch of pressure you didn't see coming, it fucks everything up, and you've got to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes going, okay, how do I resupply all of my half-damaged out-of-ammo units, and what did I lose and how do I replace those units? And I think that's the game at its weakest. I'm not saying this can't be fun for people, but this is the game at its weakest. And I say that as a very important thing because this game is incredible at its strongest. And in multiplayer it usually is. So I think it's actually a very different game in single player, and I think if they're not careful of how they do the campaign, I think the missions could really turn people off, yes. Respect says, oh, Poop, I really love this game, the open MP open. Yeah, don't let me turn you off this game. Oh, no, Respect is just saying, when do you get access to this? Yeah, don't worry. I thought Respect was saying, oh, Poop, I love this game in response to what I'm saying. Yeah, don't worry. Sadly, you can't get access right now, but the game will be coming out in a couple of months. But yeah, this is what I think, right, is I'm paused here, and I'm going to start playing the mission again, and I just kind of hate it. There's just something about, like, the fucking fiddly fuck bullshit here that the game is not well set up to handle. Like, I think that the resupply mechanics of this game are not fun. I think they're sufficient as a side thing that isn't the focus of the game to balance the rest of the combat. But I think what I'm about to engage on for the next 5 minutes of reorganizing my army, replacing my losses, and getting shit healed and repaired, I think this is the least fun part of the game because I think the UI and the commands are very finicky when it comes to this. It's not like Dawn of War or Company of Heroes, where I can just go, okay, press one button, this unit returns to base, runs faster, you double time back to the HQ, heals, and I send it back out again, I forget about it, right? In Company of Heroes, you press one button, you forget about the unit, you look back later, they're ready to go again. This game is like, no, you need to actually get into the nitty-gritty and heal all your shit. And get it back to base, and supply dumps explode, so God forbid it gets artillery. And, you know, you lost all your transports, you gotta get more. And I just think it is, yeah, I think it's the game at its weakest, that's all. And I will respond to it in this mission by basically, like I said, just doing the dumbest possible thing of just trying to drop like 1 billion airborne at once here and just brute forcing my way up the objectives. I don't think that's this game at its best. I think a game like Command & Conquer does that better. I think there are other RTS games that do what I'm about to do much better. Of just making fun little hordes, not really caring too much, right? You're just kind of having a little bit of casual fun of an RTS game. This game is not at its best when you're doing that. This game is at its best when you're being clever with your units, you're being strategic and tactical. And the thing is, the amount of effort it takes to be strategic and tactical in a situation like this where everything's getting fucked up increases exponentially. Because if you actually want to babysit all your units at this point, I'm gonna spend like, you know, minutes doing that, and I'll move up and the same thing will happen. I'll get artilleried, some Zeus convoy will come out from the rear of my unsecured flanks, and that's it, right? And I guess really what I need to be doing here is like, we're going, okay, they're gonna keep coming and setting up like units on the sides here. But I don't know, I just... Again, it is a skill issue. I could be playing much better. But I'm just saying, I personally as a person, not saying this is too hard or too easy, I personally as a person don't enjoy this as much as the game at its best. You know what I mean? The airborne definitely is working. Sure it is, because I've just sent like 10 airborne and, you know, they're gonna get fucked up, but there's more airborne behind them. If I get some supply trucks and don't lose the units, I can probably drive this all the way to the objective. Just go through the woods. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that this mission's unwinnable or anything. I'm just saying I don't think this is fun. Compared to what, you know, I'd like to be doing. And that's why I think that this game is at its best in single player when you're not under pressure. And when you're the one attacking. Because when you're the one attacking, you get to do that fun shit. You get to... Doesn't matter whether you're good at the game or not. You just get to do this fun kind of shit of like... you know, okay, I'm gonna carefully move up. I'm gonna use recon to slowly spot the enemy's strongest units, and then I'm gonna like... Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna like call artillery and air support and F-35 strikes on them. And you don't have time to do all that shit right now. Right now, all you have time for is like, oh fuck, these 2 BRDMs are about to humble me and just take the point. I was like, oh shit, like that's not good. Like I need to just react and just like get something here. And it's not the way this game is the most fun, I think. It's not at all. Like, right now, if the AI just artilleries this, everything dies. But, you know, fuck it. That's just what we're doing here. Tiberius Assyrian says, this is why you make SupCom turretal depots and waypoint staging bases, infinite ammo, artillery, and missile defenses that look sweet and are self-sufficient outside of sieges. Yeah, that's what I should be doing here, too. But, like, you know, it's also because I'm talking, but I've just got too much shit here now. I have a terrible drop zone that's really in the open. Everything's getting fucked up. Because all the units I forgot about are now getting ruined. Honestly, I have too much shit. Exactly, Keymark, exactly, yes. You have to cross the river in 2 minutes, you get dunked on. Exactly. The worst parts of the Baltese mission, which a lot of you probably played, is when you're under pressure. And it is harder. And again, it's not to say that I'm saying I'm the best at games. It's the game's fault. It's my fault. But to belabor this point one more time, because I know I said it a bunch, it's simply what's fun, not what's harder or easy. It's what's fun. And I don't think it's fun to be under pressure in a single player in this game. It just isn't fun. And it's fun in the multiplayer, but multiplayer is very different. It's like a rare game where I think the multiplayer is easier than the single player in a lot of cases. Well, easier to enjoy at least. Cluster hangers on the right, be a better drop zone. Yeah, probably, but then, like, what if they have AA near that? I know they have Shilkas near that. Anyway, we're just gonna, like, send the Doom stack of Airborne over here. Yeah, as Tiberius says, pressure is good, but when you get things where AI like cheats of resources, that pressure is both artificial and relentless. There's a release valve. Yeah, like if I was playing this against a skirmish AI that had the same amount of money as I did, like a normal amount of money, and they went everywhere at once, and they had like reinforcement points, then yeah, that'd be different. But that isn't how the AI works in the single player. In the single player, it's just like a bunch of like scripted shit. Oh shit, a bunch of scripted shit. I'm gonna lose this right now. And this is what I mean, like, dropping a Sheridan and 3 weapon squad at this point is, like, the dumbest thing I could do. But if it's all I have, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna lose, so I have to do it. Okay, let's get these guys supplied. Yeah, exactly, Respect. I think they would do themselves more of a service for this game if they made the single player more about fun, cool cinematic moments, which they absolutely could do with scripting, rather than being like, challenge yourself, how good are you, Commander? Like, rather than endless waves of, like, Russian infantry and BRDMs charging me here, this would be a much more interesting mission, I'd say, if, like, imagine it's like, okay, you're the STT teams, and you're, like, sneaking recon in, you're spotting all of you spot all of the Russian shit, and then you call in, like, your F-35 airstrikes, you bomb up with the A-10s, you do, like, this big airdrop that takes all the points, like, that's kind of like it, you know? Rather than being, like, you gotta defend against, like, this endless Russian spawner. It's kind of like XCOM 2, it's kind of like how in XCOM 2, on vanilla, they made it more about, the timers rushing you to make suboptimal moves. And that was for different reasons there, but it was the same kind of thing where I never enjoyed being forced to make a dumb move that I knew would kill me just because of the timers. That's a completely different discussion though, to be fair. Like, once you get better at XCOM 2, like, it's less of that case, but it's still a thing that I immediately thought about timers of that game. That's why I generally don't like hard timers and I like soft timers instead. Oh shit. Exactly, Kermit Film, exactly, yeah. Oh, I just realized I don't have the chat on. Or do I not? No, it's just that you guys talked a while ago, right? I do have the chat on, yeah, never mind. Anyway, I hate this mission, so I'm gonna try to beat it quicker. What have you got? You've got, like, one bomb. Yeah, I agree, Respect, exactly, yeah. Exactly. That's gonna be the weakness of this game's single-player content, is that I'm pretty sure they don't have, like, a real AI skirmish opponent. They only have, like, scripted AI, which can be scripted to do something similar, but it's never gonna be the same as, you know, if you know, you know. If you've played an RTS game with a skirmish AI, like Command & Conquer, you know how much that's what you're looking for compared to, like, a bunch of waypoint nodes just being, like, send Urals here every 5 minutes. And this just gives me anxiety, man. Like, playing this kind of single-player content, to me, feels like playing RimWorld without a mod to have, like, storage cabinets. That's vanilla now, I guess. But it's that same feeling of, like, having this horrible base that just, like, has everything on the floor with no organization. That's what this feels like to me. I'm just like, I don't want to do this, and yet I'm the person who ordered this. But I didn't want to. I didn't want this. This is a really bad habit for multiplayer, too.
Run as fast as you're dumb. Troops incoming.
Anyway, let's grab this. And I probably will end up losing this mission for the way I'm trying to brute force it, but I also kind of deserve it.
On the field.
You watch this. I know, I did this! I sent all this shit here! I'd go in my kingdom for just like a tow squad, honestly, to just hold the BRDMs off instead from here. Oh, that already would help. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Our final objective. Oh, good. That was quick. If you don't take this shit like I did last time, this mission's way quicker. Bro, let's go. Let's just take it. Because, like, in the end, all we needed to do is just send the 10 airborne up here. Which is kind of funny. So let's go. Su-57. I tried to find the Oh, you went me to blow it up, dude. I tried to find the Su-57 last time I played this mission, and I couldn't, so I don't care about that.
Let's grab them containers.
Go pick that up and come over here.
Cargo. Sweeping the area.
Entry in the woods does solve everything. If I didn't need to hold this point, it would solve everything massive.
Left. Awaiting orders.
Here, bring some supplies up. This is hell.
Damage. Requesting maintenance. Unloading.
Don't live in where they do, yeah. Yeah, last time I played this mission, I straight up rushed through the whole fucking map, checked every hangar, everywhere. I had drones flying over and I could not find it. I think it was bugged, honestly. Oh god, please no.
Flight truck ready to transport.
Please don't do it.
Prepare for entry. Infantry engaged in combat. Infantry here, we are engaged. Infantry ready for action.
I can't. I don't want to finish this mission. Don't make me finish it.
DJs in combat. Press on. Driver, move forward.
Sheridan, kill that helicopter. Not them. That'll work.
Infantry here, we're in combat.
Where's that bombing coming from? Okay, here.
Inbound. Direct attack pattern confirmed.
Maybe the joke is the Su-57 doesn't exist. That'd actually be a good joke. I'd give him that.
Lab ready.
Like all this, I just want to forget all this exists. Like, okay, come here. I guess.
Ready to rain down death. Engaging targets with direct fire.
It's kind of like
In combat, send your orders.
I just keep making metaphors about it now. It's kind of like
Roger, attacking the enemy.
you ever watch those clips on YouTube where someone's like at their job or something, and it's like a camera capturing it, and like they'll like spill like. They'll be like in a warehouse and they'll spill like an entire like giant shelf of beer cans or something, and there'll be like no shit, like a million fucking beer cans on the ground in the forklift warehouse, and they just look at it and, you know, you laugh at it for 5 seconds. It's a funny little clip of someone else's misfortune, right? But whenever I see those clips, I always just think like, there's no fucking way I would clean that up. I would just quit my job. They would sue me, they would put me in jail. I could not fucking... How the fuck do you clean up a million beer cans on the ground? It's like those YouTubers who like do shit with like they fill their living room with like soap or something, right? There's like shampoo everywhere. And it's like I would just move house. I would just get a new house. And that's how I feel when I play these missions and they get like this. I just like look at this and I'm like, and I just quit the game. I'm just like, I'm quitting. I quit this job. Someone else can manage all this shit. Do you know what I mean?
Infantry ready for action. Regroup and move up.
Maybe my problem with the single player content is just that, like, I'm privileged.
Infantry ready.
I've never done a hard day's work in my life. Maybe that's why. When the going gets tough, Beagle quits. Maybe that's what he's telling you.
Special reconnaissance here. Rolling on double nickel.
Just look at all this shit, I'm like, who cares? This is someone else's problem. Let's see if any is fit. Oh, it was a bug. There it is. That's easy.
Who called the cavalry?
Go capture it. I would just quit war, that's right.
Infantry, good Good to go.
You can leave. Because in reality, like, you have, like, a bunch of different brains here, right? Like, you don't have to tell
Everybody out.
Jimmy Ohio here. Like, Jimmy Ohio, you're just sitting next to your resupply point. You're almost dead. All of your problems are solved if you just walk 5 feet.
Ready for action.
But Jimmy Ohio will not do that, because Jimmy Ohio does not have his own brain. I am the brain of, like, 300 people here. It's fine. What are you doing? Frankie, New York, what are you doing?
Move out.
That's not where you go.
Your orders.
I have to, like, hold this? Oh, fuck, no, please. I didn't want to have to actually do something.
Everybody mount up and let's go.
No, please.
Mobile artillery reporting in. On that. We're moving.
Quick, send help.
Airmen,
Get help. Oh, God, fuck, that fucking thing is coming, no!
No bang bang unless fired upon.
This is why I just need the Sheridans back. Just don't throw them into... Don't throw them into fucking... Cornets this time. Cornetos.
10-4, we're moving.
Send me more vehicles.
Pararescue here. We're in combat.
Oh no, my drone.
Speed is up.
Me droney. Ah!
Solid copy.
Ah, fuck it, just go back here. You're fucking cooked. Shoot.
Team in combat. Fit for fight, sir.
I need supplies over here too, but...
Infantry
Okay, you gotta like, go back to here, like, okay,
cargo plane here. Set target.
you gotta, like, go all the way back there. Wait, did we get it? Where'd it go? Wait, what got it? Yeah, by the time I got my reinforcements here, everything's gone.
Driving to coordinates.
Green heli picked it up. I didn't even see it. Oh yeah, the Chinook! The S-57 is retrieved. I can't wait to know if it's as good as they claim if the story of the MiG-25 will repeat itself. Damn, bro. You didn't have to do the MiG-25 like that.
Nick of time. Make way. Humvee awaiting commands. Roger. We're on the
It
move.
never existed, it was your imagination.
Infantry
I mean, we've almost taken the objective, right? We're getting there.
Get secure. We're moving out.
Can you guys just kill that if I tell you to? No. Oh, fuck!
New bearing set. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Rolling on the target area. Coming around now. Rock up! Rock up! We're moving!
Everyone are really bad in the woods now, too. Well, not... I guess not bad, but they're not good.
Infantry reporting in. Infantry at your orders. Look alive! Get secure. We're moving out.
To be clear, too, to put like a happier spin on things, I think that if they wanted to, if they cared, they could make this part of the game feel much better, right? Like,
Run as fast as you can!
but, you know, you need a lot of improvements. Like, for instance, when you select all the units, like, they should be color graded, I think. So it's like, this one should be red, or at least have a red health bar. Because I think with this game, it's very easy when you have this much shit and it's all fucked up, for everything to just blend together. Just be like, oh god, like, where the fuck is my supply truck, right? Stuff doesn't really stand out, unfortunately. They could definitely fix that with UI and UI automation, like having a button that's just like retreat to nearest supply point or something. Just one click. I think it's easy to like underestimate the impact of reducing 2 or 3 clicks to 1 click a lot.
Heavy weapon team is under
Like even though this is just one, and let's say that isn't there, like 1, 2, 3 shift click, it's so much easier when you have to do that 10 times, you just go 1 button.
fucking move! Troops in combat!
So they could definitely make it better, they just haven't.
Orders. Regroup and move up!
But you know, it is what it is.
Armored cab, ready to roll!
I think just like with like this not being wide enough, which is very silly in this game because it's such a noob trap, I think they have some really cool like quality of life stuff. Like their artillery menu is like mwah, it's chef's kiss. It's so cool. There are different options there, but they need to apply that to like just the general mundane ordering of units. I think like they need to be more innovative in how they have a lot of their just general quality of life of controlling ground armies.
Air defense ready for action.
Because they could, like, it's not like other RTSs don't do it. They need to, like, play some Total War, I think. And just be like, here's how controlling an army of tens of thousands of soldiers can feel really good, actually. Obviously, Total War is actually just, like, 20 units with, you know, lots of models, but hopefully you get what I mean. Oh god, that's getting surrounded by everything. The biggest thing they're missing, says Harbeck, is Karl Franz, Prince, and Emperor. That is a good point.
Solid copy. Diving on target.
Here, we'll do one of these and another one, and then we'll go home.
Copy. Bugging out.
Another thing from Total War I really want is a button you can hold to see all unit waypoints at once, or even a toggle.
Infantry ready
Like,
for combat.
I cope by, I just set all my units that I ever buy in a multiplayer match to group 0. I go 0 and hold shift,
Command, sir.
and that's how I see, like, everything I've got going on at once. But personally, I would probably just play, like, with this on all the time if I could. It's, like, maybe a little bit uglier, but it would be very valuable for me to just see everything going on at all times. Would help me play a lot better, I think.
Oh, fuck. The right wing has more holes than Swiss cheese.
Oh, bro, the right wing.
Troops in combat. Send your orders.
Rip you.
Ready for action. All ass.
Like, ideally, you would have, like, icons for your waypoints and stuff, too, to be like, attack, move.
Anti-armor
Speaking of forgetting about shit. Back here, yo.
On the field. Armored cav is on the field. Fighting vehicle ready for combat.
Yep.
ATGM carrier ready. Humvee here.
Bring this, like, element up, I guess. Like, what am I doing
Infantry
here?
ready for action.
Okay, so this supply truck never... It just got stuck. You can't get these supplies. Did I call in other supplies? Yeah, here it is.
Let's hit accelerating.
Just, like, come over here.
Put that hammer down. Infantry reporting in. Rod, move out. Shut up and let's go. Move your asses, maggots. Regroup and move up. Get your
To wait till these guys get up here, I think.
Cavalry here.
Okay.
Ready for action. Power
Come
up, for fuck's sake. Driver, move out.
over here, I guess.
Assistance. What can I do for you? Troops in combat, requesting orders.
Thank you, Airborne.
Take cover! Infantry at your orders. Fit for fight, sir. Ready for action. Infantry at your command, sir. Hold this position.
sneak on?
Solid copy. Advance and report.
Can I get the
Establish
point?
a base of fire in that building.
Yeah, we can get the point now.
Infantry here, standing by.
Yeah, I think mods will be good for this game, Alex Fish. I think mods will be really good for this game.
Infantry ready for combat. Lock and load. We're
I think the devs are honestly pretty impressive with how they balance the game, I will say that. They're not like devs that don't play their own game. They play their own game a lot. They're very in tune with it. There's some stuff that I probably will disagree with them on balance, but that's personal taste.
We got us a convoy.
So I can see myself playing a balance mod for this game if it picked up a lot of traction, but it would have to be something that most of the community liked, because otherwise
Roger.
you'd lose a lot of the fun of playing with a big player base. Alex just depends. I'd see an East versus Western modding scene given current political problems. I don't know. I don't know if...
Ready there.
I get what you mean. I don't know. I think the bigger problem would be, like, splitting the player base apart, like a balance mod that got popular.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave.
I don't know if, like, bro,
Team engaged.
buff the Armada to be stronger, bro, buff the Armada to be weaker would be the biggest modding problem this game has. Oh, shit.
Head out of your point of contact.
Actually, you guys are airborne. You should be able to win this. You're better than them. Not to get political, guys, but the US Airborne is better than the Russian Motostrelki here, I think. No, they actually are suppressed, so they are going to lose this, I think.
Infantry in combat.
I think you guys need to get out.
Down to fingerprint that low. Keep
But then we'll just come over here,
ready for action.
and we'll replace.
Stay in cover.
Garrison of Kaliningrad, assemble a large force to retake it. Dixie time to reinforce now.
Get the fuck
Kaliningrad, I know that reference. Wait, what? Defend the runway. I am defending the runway. What?
Infantry reporting in.
I'm on it. What do you mean defend the runway? What do you want? 2 Abrams. I don't know if I'm gonna fucking get to survive long enough to get this. 2 Abrams, 4 Bradley, and I guess I didn't clear the barracks. 4 M10 Booker light tanks. I mean, probably 2 Abrams. Cutscene. Bloodmonster! You guys are landing on the Motoshioki right now. Run him over! Okay, what's going on here? I feel like I'm gonna lose if I don't get this back. But why can't I get it back? Do I need to move new units onto the shit? Is it the amount of enemy units?
Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. No party without Hardy.
Okay, yeah, we're taking it back now. Your tank's plugging to C5. Oh, sorry, bro. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, say no to that shit. Oh, it's cool that the AI recon's moving up.
Abrams engaged in combat. Look alive!
Oh no.
Humvee awaiting
Bring
orders.
up the SHORAD.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Armored cab, ready to rumble. Lab, reporting in.
Do I have any SHORAD over here? Probably fucking not.
Air rescue men engaged in combat. Infantry here.
Everything's fucked. This is it. I'm gonna quit my job again. Okay, we actually need to be over here. We need to be back on the runway. It's the only place we need to defend. So everyone else can just fall back now.
Ain't nothing gonna get in our way.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Look up, we're moving. Troops in combat.
Everybody just fall back.
Move, move, move. Move your fucking asses.
Evil Guy says, this entire thing seems to hinge on there not being a single man-pan in 5 kilometers of the airfield, it seems. Yeah.
Copy. Relocating. Roger. Moving in next.
I will say one thing for the concept of this mission. I don't think the execution of this mission is very fun, but the concept of this mission is baller. Like, I think in real life, like, the concept of, like, literally stealing people's airfields with, like, airborne, with, like, a light airborne attack, and then pressing out fast enough that you reinforce it and start bringing in, like, Glowmasters full of heavy tanks. It's a very cool idea. Conceptually, it's super cinematic. But I think this could have been a better designed mission to make it feel like that. Destax says the VDV thought it sounded baller and cinematic. Yeah, I know. I know they did.
Combat ready.
Then he says, it's a foolish idea, but a classic of war games and books. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's such a fun idea. It's so cinematic and cool. Great for content. Fantastic idea for content.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble.
That's why when we played Ace Combat 7 recently and we did it there, it's like, oh, this is so cool. Of course it is. It's like a big smash and grab. It's awesome.
Sir. Infantry here, standing by. On ass, we're moving. Run as fast as you can.
Just, you know, in practice, it's fucking... Hey, it turns out it's pretty risky, huh? The heist writ large. Yeah, it's like a heist, you're right. It's like the military version of, like, a heist movie.
Humvee ready.
Except that would be Kelly's Heroes, but you know what I mean.
Anti-aircraft here.
Anyway, I'm just gonna make a big blob of vehicles now and pray to God that it doesn't all just get ATGM'd in one go, because that is what my brain is capable of here, I think. Like, bring me supplies, motherfucker. Bring me mortars. Bring me lavs. Bring me more airborne to stick over here. Love your vixens, get Tulpen. Yeah, that's what should happen here, is I should just get artillery.
Who called the cavalry?
I'm bringing some shadows.
Solid copy. Waypoint updated. Good copy.
The cavalry.
Yeah, you're talking about Hostomel, I think, Harabek. Yeah, the VDV did try to do that. The emphasis, though, is on tried.
River
I believe in reality it went about as well as that point when I was back here 20 minutes ago going, you know, like I would be a guy in the VDV at that point. I would be the commander overseeing that. And I would have put my hands up and gone, yeah, no, fuck this. Like, I'm quitting the job. Like, this is not working. This is too much work. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I didn't have much breakfast. My fucking mental reserves are very low here. I'm sorry. I can't handle this. Woo! That's a lot of armor. They're coming real slow. Okay, let's fight with the infantry in place. Oh! Cluster Striggle time.
Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. Eagle here. Send mission. Over. Coordinates received. Bombs are ready. Preparing to pickle.
Striggle time.
Flight plan updated.
Oops, I refunded that one instantly, my bad.
Below the hard deck.
Pressed the wrong button.
Let's reduce them to scrap. New heading set.
I know I could do like a sick line drop like horizontally, but I don't want to.
Munitions on target. Nice fire. I got hit. Whole stick is shaking.
Oh, get out of there! Whoa! Have you seen the Mega Man mod for Helldivers? No,
Infantry good to go.
I have not.
Rolling into combat.
Are you guys like fighting all that crap? Don't fight all that crap, fight the tanks.
Pedal to the metal. Left here.
Bring the doom stack of all this shit over here.
Solid copy. Moving out.
Imagine clustering units. Yeah, it couldn't be me!
Heavy cavalry ready for action. Moving to shooting position. Armored is rolling out. Driver, move forward. Lab standing by.
Alright. Abrams, kill.
Heavy cav is on the field. Humvee awaiting orders.
Destroy them with the power of Generation Kill. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh god, no, you guys are Generation Killing too hard.
Command, sir. Flight plan updated. Touching the envelope.
How many pounds are these bombs? I don't know actually.
Cold air support incoming. Humvee here. Go ahead. Search and destroy.
That's good. Yeah, fair enough, Benny, yeah. True.
Watch your spacing. Heavy armor engaged.
I understand, you know, that's what I'm saying. I understand. I get it. I get I get it.
Heavy armor here. We're engaged. Popping smoke.
A10, save me! Whoa!
Spearheading.
Mavericks, and the A10 and Mavericks in general. Oh no! Got like the biggest fucking glow up in BA.
Bugging out.
Unfortunately, this one's gonna die, but... Mavericks went from being so finicky and annoying to use to like just so good in this game. Just between like a few months. That was clean support. A10's gonna live! Yeah! Nice. And that's it. Mission's actually pretty short once you just like spam airborne down the left side and just do all that. Deathstack says, Beagle, have you ever checked out the combat mission games? Kinda gets rid of the micro unless you focus on strategy and tactics. Has its own extremities and fuckery, though. Isn't combat mission the one... Let me look it up. It's the one I'm thinking of. It's like the jank has always scared me off them. Hang on. Oh yeah, no, I have seen this one. Hang on. Combat mission modern. What's the modern one? Isn't it like combat mission Syria? Or something? Graphics aren't as good. I don't mind the graphics. Graphics I don't care about. Combat mission Shock Force. Is that it? Yeah, hypothetical conflict in Syria between the forces of NATO and the Syrian army. Yeah, I think this is it. If I run this up. Armor veteran scared of jank, lol. Well, yeah, I mean, you got me there, but it's not that I can't deal with jank, it's more that, like, if jank will just make it kind of an unfun experience for me, if that makes sense. Like, the reason I would play... I think this is the game I've seen before. The reason I would play one of these games is to get more into, like, the nitty-gritty tactics and strategy. Just skipping ahead on this random person's YouTube video to see. Oh my god. Holy shit. But then if the actual simulation has, like, jank and, like, kind of plays out weirdly, then I wouldn't, you know, there wouldn't be any point playing it, right? Like, the whole reason I would play a game like this is because I want to get more realistic, more immersive, more big brain, like, longer. That's cool. Big brain, like, longer timescale, cool shit going on. I mean, this does look cool. It does look cool. But I don't know, I guess it always just kind of looked like, kind of, like, jankier than it is immersive. Because when I want to play something to be immersive, then, obviously, the jankier it is, you're losing the whole point of playing the thing. And games like this, I think, take a lot of effort to get into, so you want to get a reward out of playing it. That said, this looks pretty good. Like, fair enough, it does look pretty good. I mean, this video editor is doing a lot of cool shit by putting in, like, the phase lines and, like, the planning and stuff. Oh no, chat. It does look kind of cool, like, watching the infantry, like... It's pretty cool, I guess. This is kind of cool. Is it usually hapless? Let me see. Yeah, usually hapless.
Counterattack, exactly as anticipated.
Playing ground control
The two
next
units
weekend? Yeah.
Spotting here are the two tow Humvees from the combined anti-armor platoon, and they rapidly get missiles.
I like the way this guy frames his videos a lot. I'll say it. I've never seen this shit before, just pull up a random one. But I like...
But they both connect.
He's doing a lot of effort and a really good job to make this look cool. Which is the problem. It's the problem with content creators. They make games look cooler than they are. But I mean, yeah, this is kind of neat. Like the thing where the tank, like, tips into the ground a little bit there. Like, I don't give a shit about that. That's fine. The jank that would take me out of a game like this is, like, the AI for the units, like, fighting badly, like the infantry doing dumb shit. It's kind of like if you try to play Arma, as someone pointed out. The AI in Arma, if you try and, like, do a lot of PvE content without a lot of work, can be just really not a fun enemy to fight. As well as, you know, don't even think about using AI as your own allies, because you'll just be sad after watching them waste all your assets. The loss is also very jank, says Benny. Really. But I mean, the general concept of, like, a more armchair general dad coded RTS game, like, yeah, of course, that's kind of me. That's kind of my vibe. What was that? What was that coming out of the top? Is that like artillery, or is that smoke launchers? I skipped it. Where'd it go? Something cool was happening. I want to see what it was. It's way more of a dad game. Yeah, like, I'm absolutely in the market for dad games. 100%. And, like, just because you have a loss doesn't mean the unit sees them. Right. Interesting. Oh, yeah, it's smoke. It was smoke. And, like, that's kind of what it kind of looks like Arma, honestly. Is it Arma with better AI for the units? Or is it worse AI? God. It's giving me Arma vibes watching the infantry actually, like, do shit. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot. Oh yeah, it's kind of like what I was talking about with Broken Arrow. My taste for RTS games is games that have minimal chore clicking and are most maximize strategy and tactics. And I like micro, but like meaningful micro, like tactical micro. That's why Dawn of War 2 and Company of Heroes, I think, are, to me, the best kind of competitive RTS. Because there's micro, but it's all about, like, dodging grenades and, like, you know, 1v1ing, 1v2ing, you know, making good use of your units on frontline battles. Almost like a MOBA at that point. And so my favorite kind of RTS games at a bigger scale are ones that automate a lot of shit. So I think Supreme Commander is an example of where the RTS genre could have gone more and should have. Because Supreme Commander puts so much effort into automating all of the babysitting for you. All of the chores get automated in Supreme Commander. You set up, like, ferry lines, infinite production routes. You know, you can set up entire front lines that are... something just refunded in the Broken Arrow mission. You can set up, like, entire front lines that just manage themselves. You just, like, have, like, 4 factories pumping out units that go to a ferrying transport unit that will then go to the front line, drop off at a rally point, push the enemy, and even if all those units get wiped out, 2 minutes later, another wave comes in on the next wave of transports. And you can set all that up without ever touching it again, as long as your factories don't get blown up. And more of that in RTS games is what I'm into. For instance, I don't like Warno, but I love with Warno that they brought in more automation. They brought in, like, those advanced level orders where you could... Oh my god, Jesus, this is like armor. the red cross, Jesus, can take more than that. Where in Warno, you have this shit where you can be like... A great example is how Warno has that order where you can go move through cover, and you can just, with 1 click or 2 clicks, tell your unit, move to this point between where you are now and this objective, but move through cover. Always move through trees and buildings. Something like that in Broken Arrow would go a long way, because in Broken Arrow, meanwhile, you're stuck going, oh, I want this sniper unit to move through this thin line of trees and through this wood. I have to click 14 times with shift click. Stupid. Like, no one needs to be doing that. And I really respect Warno for having just a 1-click option that automates that. Amazing. They have 1-click options for just like basic attack and defend orders, where the AI will try to kind of rudimentarily move through cover to an area, take defensive positions in a wide, like 500 kilometer wide area, and, you know, assault and then defend a location. Amazing. I think that kind of automation is what makes games at this scale worth playing. It's what makes them not a headache to play. And lets more... It's a win-win, because then you lower the skill floor, more newer players can play the game better, easier, and you raise the skill ceiling, in my opinion, because rather than players being stuck doing stupid busy work chores like, hey, Jim from fucking Idaho, walk back to the supply depot, pick up some more ammo for your M16, and then walk back to the front, you can instead focus on interesting decisions. So I'm a massive proponent of automation that makes your units smarter in these kinds of games. That said, while I was saying that, though, people were saying this game doesn't even have AI, it's just like pre-planned scenarios. It's like kind of sad, so probably won't get into this. But like, if this had like a cool like skirmish AI that wasn't predictable and was like a bit more of a game than a sim by the sound of it, I'd probably be really into it. I don't know, like it does look kind of cool. Look at that guy go. Run, buddy. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is, Broken Arrow is fine. It doesn't need those things, especially in multiplayer, because often in multiplayer you're using less units. But it could be a lot better. I think it's really the one thing Broken Arrow is left weak in now, is they've improved their balance so much, they've fixed a lot of their technical problems, they've got really awesome cinematic potential, great game, fixed their game mode, they've improved so much, but the one thing that Broken Arrow has yet to improve on, really even a little bit, from their very first betas, like, over a year ago now, right? Like, was it last year's February? I mean, yeah, it was, but a year before that was 2023. Anyway, the one thing they've never really improved on is their quality of life for handling your army. Like, it hasn't really improved. They added, like, even being able to preview the waypoints is a new thing they added, like, late last year. And, yeah, I mean, it's not going to sink the game, but I think the game would be a lot better if they worked on it. And I don't think they're going to have time before the game releases now. It's too close. They'll just be going gold now, you know? They'll just be shipping it. But I think this is a fantastic, wonderful game. And I think what will turn the most players off this game, when they might have learned to love it, is how overwhelming it is to play when you first get into it. And I think they could do so much to make that so much easier on themselves, on the new players, and on the game itself, if they had some time to put into that. And, you know, I would have taken that over a single-player campaign, personally, but that's just me. I think the one way they're going to shoot themselves in the foot is that they haven't done some of the smart ordering and smart stuff they could do to make this game more manageable for a newer player and make it easier to play for existing players. I think they should have. I still think they should. I hope they work on this game after release and recognize that, but I don't know, like... I think what I really hope with this game is that they don't get stuck in the content pipeline of like, okay, the game's out, now we're gonna make more DLC, we're gonna make more missions, we're gonna make more units, and just focus on content, because I really hope they keep polishing up the foundation of how this game runs and how you control it. That deserves more attention after release, and I hope they do it. I've given a bunch of feedback to them in their beta discords, I've said it time and time again. I'm really hoping, like, it's clearly not really been a big priority for them so far, they're very busy. I really hope that when they have time, they spend time on that, and they don't just go, let's add a new faction. Which will be hard for them, because that's how they're going to make money, is DLC factions. But, you know, you can't charge people $5 DLC, $15 DLC to make the game control better, unfortunately. So we may never see it, but, you know, maybe that's where mods come in. Maybe that is where the mods come in, is hopefully the game is moddable enough that You can have client-side mods that do things like I'd be happy if there was just client-side mods that were possible to make formations exist in this game and have them be wider and have better, like, automated orders. But I doubt that will be super, like, a thing you can really mod in, and even if you can, I'm not sure if they'd let you play with it in just, like, without being... I'm not sure if they'd let you play with that with unmodded players as well, so... But you know what I mean? Like, that's my one regret of this game, is everything is phenomenal, except their controls are very average, and they really could have done better there. And they have! The artillery menu is an example of where they've gone really, really cool. And I really just want that level of care and attention that they gave to the artillery fire missions menu on the rest of the unit ordering. I think if they did that, there's really no flaw to this game. It's like a 10 out of 10 game. And I think you can make even missions like this that I don't like the concept of, well, I don't like the execution of. I think even they would be more fun for me to play at that point. And it's been done before. Like, Supreme Commander's done it over, like, fucking a decade ago. Total War does it. So many RTS games show you the way. It's not like this is an unsolved problem. You just have to do it. And I guess I don't think it's important enough before release, or ever. And I fucking hope at some point, for some reason, they change their mind. Because it's the one problem I have with this game, really. The one problem. Anyway, I won't go on about that anymore, because it's basically what I talked about this whole mission. I'm probably going to wrap it up there, after having played these two. In the end, my favorite thing about this airborne mission was it ending. I didn't like this one as much. This is my least favorite. But I was pleasantly surprised that I liked the Russian mission. The Russian mission was quite fun. Kind of an example of how you can have a mission that's about defending under pressure be fun. Whereas this one, I think because you get to focus on it in the Russian mission, and you don't have as many units. And the Russian mission is just like, here's... Like, yeah, the Russian mission is like, here's like 4 units for you on each front. You have a bunch of AI helping you, covering you as well. You have helicopter reinforcements rather than cargo planes, which are way more available and easier to use. You're not fighting as much enemy shit. And you don't have to worry about attacking, just focus on defending. Just focus your dumb human brain on one thing at a time. And they even make the attacks come at you at different times, very much better handled scripted-wise. They attack you on the right, then on the left, then on the right, then on the left. They don't make you fight on both sides at once ever, it feels like, which is good, which is nice for making it easier. And you know, the mission ends on a timer, whereas this mission, it's more like, okay, you can only airdrop things in on cargo planes that take longer to come back. You're gonna get attacked from all directions because you're surrounded, rather than 2 discrete locations. You have to bring in all these different units, and you have enough budget to bring in, like, fucking 30 units at once. But this game is fucking hard to play when you have 30 units on the field. It's not built for it. You're more used to playing with 5 units at a time in this game. And also, here's a bunch of, like, timed objectives, side objectives, and here's a bunch of pressure we're gonna throw at you constantly from the right until you stop it. And it's just a mess, you know? I think it just falls flat on its fucking face, the airbase mission. So really, the Russian mission played back-to-back with this one is a great example of how to do this kind of mission, airborne, versus how not to do it, I think. To make it fun. At least for me, that's my opinion. That's my opinion! But I'm done with that now. I'll tell you one thing, the units that I forgot about sure did get to eat. Like, it does show you things like M2 HMG left in a position of like a little bit of supplies will kill infinite amounts of Motor Shrelky. I think what I'm really looking for in single-player content when this game comes out is the editor. No, that sounded mean. No shade to STB. But I think what I'm going to look forward to is being able to make our own shit, like with the Arma editor. Because this game should be shipping with that. This game should finally be shipping with, their mission editor. We'll get to take all of their maps that already exist and then do our own things on those maps. And I think not only will that be great for making our own custom story content and our own campaigns and single missions, I think that'll be fun. That'll be cool, don't get me wrong. I'll probably crack my hand at that too. But I think what will be really cool is using the editor as a way to teach concepts, as to practice and teach concepts. I think for one, as someone who loves this game mainly for multiplayer, for one, being able to make little scenarios to test out things like units versus each other will be amazing. I think being able to set up practice treadmills will be amazing, like, okay, let's say you're not very good at helicopters in multiplayer, you can set up a helicopter practice scenario where, like, there's a billion enemy man pads in the forest, and a bunch of tanks, and all you've got is helicopters, and you've got to figure out how to solve the situation. And you're going to lose over and over again, but eventually you'll win. Like, that'll be interesting for teaching you, okay, I've got to really wring every last exploit out of these helicopters, right? And you'll hopefully up your game, and then you take that to a multiplayer match, and it's like, okay, here we go. Or, you know, set up a pressure cooker of like, here's a simple linear front line. I'm gonna get, they're gonna spawn infinite bullshit at me, and all I've got to handle this is like 4 units. I can't get any new units, and I've got supply trucks with supplies, and I've just got to keep my units supplied. And it's like a logistics trainer, right? I think that'll be very useful. And I think just giving like softer versions of that to people as like practice content for others to use will be really rewarding too. Like, I think if I made a campaign for this with the editor when it comes out, or single player missions, I would want to make basically a very extended tutorial that mirrors multiplayer content. Like, I would want to set up arbitrary single player scenarios that feel very much how it feels to play the multiplayer of this game versus opponents. And I would want to step up, I would want to like make it like a new player friendly campaign where it's like, okay, here you go. First, we're going to learn the basic fundamentals, like always have recon here, recon always leads your way. Have your supplies coming up, have like a little limited engagement, then the next mission it's like, okay, we're bringing in like conventional infantry and light vehicles, next mission is like, here come the tanks. And by the end of it, kind of like how the Nebula tutorials work, by the end of it, you've learned how to deal with, you know, a multiplayer scenario. It still feels like a multiplayer scenario, the level of units and their frequency and what you're asked to deal with on the enemy side. But you've learned piece by piece how to handle every single unit in your arsenal against a legitimately human-like, multiplayer-like set of forces against you. I think that would be really cool. Something that you can just interactively plug and play to someone who's just got the game and go like, play through this, it's gonna get you ready for multiplayer. Because I don't think Broken Arrow's single-player content I've played so far does that. It's very much its own universe. The rules are very different. And I think something in between would be cool. I think I'd enjoy making that, so maybe I'll do that on release, or after a couple of months after release, after I've grinded myself down to the bone playing endless multiplayer. Glitch says, if they don't have an editor out right now, I doubt they'll have it out within 3 years. C-Power said their idea right when they had the editor along with the EA release, and that saved them from the lack of features so far. I think the editor will be on release, because I'm pretty sure they've said it. I'm pretty sure they've said it will ship with the editor. I think there's even like a Steam blog about it. So I think you're going to see it. I wouldn't be too skeptical here. Especially because I think of a game like C-Power, right? It's one of those games where it's more of a sim, where it depends on having an editor. Whereas this game doesn't need an editor, but they're shipping it anyway. Yeah, and so they've said so far that you're not going to have... You're not going to be able to like make your own terrains, but you're going to be able to map edit everything else. You make your own missions. So you're not going to be able to make your own maps, you're going to be able to make your own missions. Anyway, I'm going to peace out, hey? So if anyone has any like last questions, I'll give you like, 5 or 7 minutes. This is the last time you're going to see me in this build of Broken Arrow probably before release. So if there's any last things you want to know from the arsenal, tell me right now. And we'll go look right now for 5 minutes. Yeah, it is Alex Glitch. I miss simpler games like when Red Alert 1 just shipped with the map editor. Because you could just stitch the tiles together. I hate that with a lot of 3D games you don't get to have like map editors anymore. It does suck. Like imagine if Arma had a map editor. That wasn't terrible. Some Arsenal content would be grand. Yeah, whatever you want to see. Like, I've already gone over the Arsenal a lot in general, but... So I'm not going to do, like, another go over the Arsenal. But if anyone has, like, a specific question, like, hey, what's this unit do? I'll give you 5 minutes. Anything that's bothering me? BRDM 2 letouts. Let's look. Let's look right now. BRDM 2 letouts, huh? Where are they even? I was about to say I want to just search by name, but I just realized I can. Coastal. Okay, you have 50 cost. I assume you'd prefer I do it like this. And like click on the weapons. There you go. You can add a Cord HMG, PKT, and AG-17 for 55 points. You can go an autocannon on this thing. Cool. That's pretty neat. And you get a grenade launcher. That's not a bad bunch of shit for 60 points. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, you go up. This is kind of like their version of a lab, I guess. But their version of a lab that also gets to have a PKT and an AG, like a grenade launcher. That's actually... That kind of fucks. Is there anything on that ugly list I sent you that I'm able to verify? Oh, great. Then we're doing each other a favor here by going through this, because I don't have to go looking later. Awesome. Yeah, you can give it some extra optics for 10. This thing doesn't seem terrible, honestly. Like, obviously it's soft-skinned as shit. But, it doesn't seem bad. I don't think I get the Optronic camera on it, because it's getting a bit expensive for what it is at that point. I feel like the up armor plus smoke might be worth it, maybe not. Even if you don't take the weapon upgrades, like, it's got a heavy machine gun. It's got 2 heavy machine guns. That's kind of nifty. They really made it into a little monster since November. Yeah, it's pretty nifty, hey! I kind of fuck with this thing. Its weight doesn't change, no, and neither does its speed, and do not talk to me about that. And then there's this thing. Kvartet. Sounds like I'm being insulted. Take that, you Kvartet. And then there's the BRDM-3, which... Wait, what? It's a BTR, bro. You get out here, you're gonna call this a BRDM-3? I have to look this up on Google. Did they do this in real life? Oh fuck, did they? I guess BRDM just stands for like motorized vehicle something something in Russian. The RS Recon version. Oh yeah, the other one. No, I mean this though. I thought BRDMs were only this little thing. I didn't realize they also called what is to me a BTR also a BRDM. What's the purpose of the scoop at the front? Amphibious. I don't know, if I didn't know this was a thing they did in real life too, apparently, because if I saw this in real, or like, fucking real life, if I saw this in Arma, and one of the rats was like, look, a BRDM, I'd be like, no, you fucking idiot, that's a BTR, you clown. That's a BTR, bro, what are we talking about here? I have to look up what it means in reality now. What does that stand for? Wikipedia, BTR, Wikipedia, BRDM. Give me the translation. What does it mean? Oh yeah, I can say that. Brony Transporter. Brony Transporter. What does Brony mean? Brony Transporter. English to Russian. Let's go to Google. Armored personnel carrier.
Бронетранспортер.
Бронетранспортер.
Armored personnel carrier. Бронетранспортер.
Okay, so what's BRDM? Oh boy, it's a lot of words. Hang on. BRDM.
Боевая разведывательная дозорная машина.
Remember what I said earlier? Russian does sound incredibly cool. Боевая разведывательная дозорная машина. Combat reconnaissance patrol vehicle. Oh, so that's why they're calling this a BRDM, because it's the recon variant. And there you go. There you go, as Benny said. So BRDM to them just means like motorized combat reconnaissance patrol vehicle, yeah. It's still kind of funny that they named it the same thing. But yeah, whereas the other one is transport, and sure enough, this has no transport seats. So there you go. That's funny though, I'm just armor-pilled, so I've only ever known that this is a BRDM and this is a BTR. That's funny. But I guess I've never run into a recon BTR in Arma, so there you go. Will they call it a BTR-82 turret? Don't talk about that. Don't bring that up. Bro, because then it becomes a PRP-5K. I do like how the unit names change based on the loadout you give them. That's why the Recon BMP is the BRM-3. Oh yeah, CTC says, bro, how are you playing this now? I can't even buy on Steam yet. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. They, yeah, it is sad. This is a private, bougie access build that I've had access to for a bit now. I am sorry. I believe that all of us should have access to it. It's like the cheapest fucking thing to say as a content creator. Like, I do mean it, but it's also like the cheapest thing to say, to be here with Broken Arrow and be like, guys, I'm sorry, I wish you all had it. Oh yeah, like, you're real fucking Mother Teresa, Beagle. You're real selfless. Beagle, if they could have given it to one of the people in chat instead of you, would you say the same thing? Whoa, let's not get hasty now, hang on. Well, I do wish you had it, but not that much. I want it too. I have the Mandate of Heaven. Can we see the strikers? Yes, hang on. I'm very happy for all of you to have access to it as well, as long as I personally don't lose access. That would be fine, as long as it's no skin off my nose. If you're a true leftist, you would have posted the X in your Discord. It's true. I'm protecting companies. Yes, I've chosen the evil of Steel Balalaika, the company, over you guys. It's true, by not breaking my NDAs and such. That truck, yeah, we love Battleship, don't we, folks? What do you want to know about the Strikers? DOS Computer. What do you want to know about them? They're here. They're geared. Slow and stuff. Yeah, I'll run through them all. I think that's one of the coolest things that I like so much about Broken Arrow, that it's so easy to take for granted now. But how cool is a loadout system, right? Like, even infantry get it. And I know, like, we're so used to Broken Arrow by now if we're into the game. We've been waiting for it for so long. Like, it's so easy to just look at it and go, oh yeah, loadouts, obviously. But, like, when this first came, when all we had was Wargame and this game first started becoming a thing that we were aware of, how fucking cool is it to have, like, all these loadouts? And it makes the deck building so much more interesting. The combination of this, plus the infinitely respawning units, but based on their cost is how fast they respawn, is so much cooler to me than Wargame's method of, like, you only have a limited number of units and they're all the same every time. It just makes the deck building so interesting that you can, like, tweak like this. I fucking love it. This game is so great. And I've played so many betas of this game at this point and waited for it to come out for real at this point for so long, that I'm starting to take for granted how much cool stuff it does compared to any other game on the market. It's so cool, man. Striker ESV. Doesn't get a different weapon unlike the Bradley engineering version. I don't think, just gets like the general stuff. Striker at 115 for fully upgraded trophy APS, slat armor, and Javelin AGL is a bit of a fucking steal, honestly. It's pretty good. Benny says, I can't wait to build a Horse Archer Striker deck. I mean, that's gonna be one of their greatest strengths, I think, honestly, yeah. Yeah, just, I think that is what makes people mad about Striker from what I've heard from the testers, is just combining moving around high mobility with APS, with the javelins and everything, and, like, it's just so fucking annoying, so yeah. And transporting. You got the Striker MGS, which can get a grenade launcher on top if you want. Probably a really good infantry support weapon, with the MGS for vehicles and then the grenade launcher against infantry. I guess the cannon can also heat round infantry, so... Technically, if you give it a machine gun, it can kill everything, but, you know, don't hold your breath. Maybe in a woods, maybe. I mean, I guess actually in a woods with a machine, with an M2, in the woods with APS, the APS would let you, well, you get rocketed. So can I go over the battleship? This fucking stupid thing, man. Hey, look at this thing. 65 cost. Don't forget, this is twice as much as a BMP-1. Even with, like, all of the shitty... Even with 3 M240 machine guns, this truck costs as much as a BMP-1. How many toes can this thing fit? 2. The rear weapons can have whatever you want, while the front weapon above the cab is a general truck coax weapon. Well, not coax, sorry, pintle mounted. But you have options. Hussite battle wagon, yeah. Actually, might be good if it ripple fires. I mean, yeah, but I'm pretty sure, aren't these things meant to fire twice anyway? Magazine size 2. Aren't these meant to ripple fire as well? I guess if these can only put 1 missile in the air at a time because of wire guided, then yes, this does have a roll. Because it's like 80 cost. 75 cost. And can, yeah, just be like a cheap ripple fire of toes. I guess? It's fucking goofy ass thing. Shitty and M2 should never be in the same sentence. Sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You get... Striker gets the autocannon Booker as well, which... This is a very un-American weapon, so I look forward to seeing if it's any good. That's like, look ma, I'm Russian. Look, I got a Russian unit. It's like when you play Red Alert 2 and you send a spy to, like, steal units from the enemy tech center. This is what NATO gets. But yeah, you got your MGS. You have Strikers with, Oh, look at that. That's actually cute. Okay, this is funny because I was never like, why would you take trophy on your self-propelled howitzers? But I didn't realize they're so much cheaper. Guys, you only have to pay 10 more costs to get 2 APS charges on the Striker self-propelled howitzer. Does that tempt you? Can anyone, like, I'm desperately thinking of a reason to use APS on a self-propelled howitzer now. It'd just be worth it for the MAD, for, like, someone, like, bringing in an ATGM helo, like, hunting down your artillery, and then the missiles don't work, and they're like, what the fuck? I think it'd be worth it just for that. If this thing had an M2, you might even consider it. That's so fucking funny. That's great. Striker M Shorad, of course, is the real option against enemy helicopters, which is why they make it cost so much. Here, you're paying... God, what, 55? You're paying 55 for the trophy here for the same thing. But that's because an AA unit that can actually ignore ATGMs is actually an AA unit that can do what it's meant to, which is defeat enemy helicopters one-on-one. So that's certainly something. Oh, man. And I think you can even defeat flares if you laser guide these. Finally, good Shred. Yeah, it's expensive as fuck, but yeah. Does respawn restore the charges? Yup. All you're gonna do is go back to a supply place to resupply the charges. I mean, fuck, give it the Hellfires and just let this thing go around and do whatever it wants. It costs 240, but it can kill everything in the game. Infantry of the autocannon. Infantry of the autocannon. And I guess the 240. Stingers for the helicopters. Hellfires for the helicopters and for enemy vehicles. APS charges. And it looks cool as fuck, man. It's like a Lego Shorad of how much shit they bolted on it. It's only for the front? No, it's from everywhere. But there is a cooldown in between. Yeah, 5 seconds. So if you get hit in between 5 seconds, again, it won't protect you from that one. Add some armor of a T-15, yeah. Can you even shoot that missiles? Can it? Oh yeah, the autocannon. Yeah, it can. And it's top attack on the Hellfires too. Of course, because that's what Hellfires do. I wonder if its autocannon would be any good at shooting down the missiles. Maybe get a radar on, I don't know. I mean, there's a question. Does Seed get defeated by APS? If you have the radar on this thing, this is the only thing in the game that can have a radar on and have APS. I know Mavericks ignore APS, but do harms? It's interceptable. But does that mean interceptable APS? That is such an interesting question. What do Mavericks say? Mavericks don't say they're interceptable, but where do I see something that's interceptable by that shit? Give me a helicopter. Destroyed by APS. It's a different thing. So I actually don't know. I don't know if Striker M Shorad... I don't know. Like, harms are interceptable. We know that much because they can be shot down. But would they give a fuck about APS? Benny says, last beta of the M Shorad Bradley version was good at self-defending of the gun, which is a pair of arms. Was it? Oh, okay. If the Striker M Shorad can legitimately tank harms with the APS on, this unit is expensive, but I feel like it will be featured in a lot of interesting attempts at strategy. It might be like God's strongest striker. Fucking expensive, though. I also like this thing, while we're at it. I just think a truck with 15 Hellfires on it is a neat concept, let alone the 15 Sidewinders or Stingers. Sidewinders lets it shoot down missiles and it can multi-target. It's kind of a different way than going pivads, but it's kind of cool. I dig it. It's a cute little thing. Anyway, that's that, alright? I'm gonna get out of here. Guys, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna peace out now. I should be back tomorrow for some Battle Brothers buffet. So hope you're there for that. And yeah, Broken Arrow, expect to see me shotgun this into my veins like cocaine in 2 months when the game comes out. I look forward to seeing you all there. I look forward to hopefully getting some VODs out on my Beagle Rush YouTube channel. Jeff's already started uploading some of the stream VODs from the Broken Arrow multiplayer matches, but I want to actually put mine own up with some commentary. But yeah, Broken Arrow fans, see you guys in 2 months, I think, or streaming, because I was about to say I'm gonna take work off. Streaming is my job. I'm gonna take my other work off. I'm gonna take all other content off when this game comes out. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be at least some weeks of Broken Arrow when this game releases, and we're gonna be hitting that multiplayer hard. I cannot wait. Only 42 days ago. It's not far. We are not far from June, folks. We can get there. Thanks very much to Yugi and Bushido for the raid of 39. Sorry, Yugi, I didn't even thank you as you came in. I hope you're still here. Yugi, thanks for the raid. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, guys. Skyman on Wheeler, thanks for the 13-month sub. Ario Souls, 37 months. To Conrad, 226, 86 months. Craves Hearty Beef Dishes, 104-month sub. Thank you. One and only JJ, 21 months. Ask me about Beat, 78 months. Guys, thank you very much. I would usually stream much longer than this, but just doing a short one today to do Broken Arrow missions. I'll catch you tomorrow for other stuff. You're nerding out. I was Yugen. I was super nerding out. If you play this game on release, Yugen, hit me up. Let's meet. Let's meet on the Broken Arrow battlefield. I can't wait. And speaking of raiding, I'm going to send you guys on now. I'm going to raid someone else.
Боевая разведывательная дозорная машина.
Russian is such a cool sounding language, don't you think?
Thanks.
Oh. You were meant to say this,
Спасибо.
but I clicked the wrong one. Thanks, Jenny from New York.
Thanks.
Who are we raiding? We are gonna raid, It's been a little while since I raided Momo. Let's read Momentary. Alright. Catch you guys tomorrow for some Battle Buffet is the plan. Thanks for being here, everyone. I have like a bunch of shit going on for me for the rest of the day. And there is like a slim chance that like I end up getting no sleep tonight. And my tomorrow stream is fucked up and late or like or doesn't happen or something. But I'm gonna try with the energy gifted to me, my god. I'm gonna try to be there tomorrow because I don't want to take more days off this weekend because I already took one day off. So I'm gonna very much try to be there. And if I'm not there tomorrow, then there'll probably be another day to catch up. But I'll probably be there tomorrow. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Say hi to Mama for me. Have a good one. And catch you later. Bye bye. Have a good one.